Hello and welcome to the channel. In today's episode, I am going to be making some pickled eggs. And if you'd like to see how I do that, stay tuned. The reason why I am going to attempt to make pickled eggs for the very first time is a coworker of mine gave me some cucumbers because I like pickles and I'm going to be turning them into pickles, and I had some brine left over. So I was watching a few YouTube videos and I kept seeing pickled eggs. So I'm going to attempt to make eggs in my Instant Pot. First time doing that. So what I'm going to do with that is place 1 cup of water, because in order to start your Instant Pot you need 1 cup of water. I have an egg little holder here, and I'm going to place these eggs on the holder. Now the other reason why I want to make pickled eggs is because I purchased another dozen eggs and I don't want these eggs to go to waste. So I'm just going to place these eggs on the holder and turn them into pickled eggs. You guys can't see. Let's see if I can get you a better vantage point. There we go. So I'm just going to move that little, and these are little handles. I'm going to move the handle out of the way. I had 1 carton that had 8 eggs in it, and I have another carton that's a complete dozen. So I'm going to start with these 8 eggs because I have a smaller container over here as well that I can put some eggs in that I have brine in, and then I'm going to put these dozen eggs in here. As long as the eggs don't touch the edge of the Instant Pot, or I should say the wall of the Instant Pot, meaning the side wall, they should be fine. So I'm just going to stack them like this until I get my dozen eggs in here, and then I'm going to turn it on. So I will be right back. I've placed the eggs on top of the little egg holder. I'm going to put the top on the Instant Pot, turn it to sealing and not venting, and then my Instant Pot has an egg button. Let me show you. Here we are. Can you see that? Egg. So I'm going to push that egg button, let it cook for 5 minutes, and then these eggs will be done. Then we will go to the next step. The Instant Pot has cooked for 5 minutes, and it has come down off of pressure for 5 minutes. So now I'm going to get these eggs into some cold ice water. My water is cold, the ice has melted, so now it's time to get these eggs out. I'm going to let them sit in this cold water bath for 5 minutes, and then I will peel them. So let's get these eggs out. The timer has gone off, so it's time to start peeling my eggs. From what I understand, as you peel your eggs, you must crack the entire shell before peeling in order to get a clean egg. You don't want an egg that has any damage on it. You want it to be a solid egg. Any eggs that have damage on them, those have to go in the refrigerator they cannot be canned. It has to be a clean, solid egg, just like that. So this is going to go in my mason jar, and I'll continue cracking. This, I hope you all can see that. This is what I mean by an egg that's damaged. If you have anything like that, that can't be canned. So that's going to go into my kitchen refrigerator mason jar. I have peeled my eggs, full transparency. Be careful when you're peeling your eggs because you can scratch your eggs with your nails or the shell as you're trying to get the shell off. That's what happened to me. I had a full jar of eggs and I went to shift them around to make sure I was placing them in there correctly, and I messed up some eggs. So now I have a fuller jar of eggs that I ruined, per se. So these are gonna have to go in the refrigerator, and even though this is not quite a full jar, I am going to can that and put that up and see if I like it or not. So let's get the brine in here and let's get to canning. As I mentioned, I made my brine when I made the pickles. And so I'm just gonna pour this brine over my eggs, like so, up to a 1-inch headspace, just like that. I'm gonna put my lid on and my ring. That brine smells amazing, y'all. Fingertip tight. Now I am going to place this in here. Same thing, put the brine inside. The only difference with this one is I'm gonna let this sit in the refrigerator. It is not going to be canned. And this is gonna sit in the refrigerator for roughly 3 weeks, 2-3 weeks. And we'll see how it tastes then. I might even do a taste test with you guys. So let's get this one in the canner with those pickles. I have my pressure canner on the stove, so I'm going to use my pressure canner as my water bath canner. I have my pickles and my pickled eggs in the canner along with 2 jars filled with water. I have the canner filled. You're supposed to fill it between 1 to 2 inches above the lid of the jar. And so I'm going to water bath can this. I'm going to start my timer for 15 minutes. Once this comes to a full rolling boil, that means a boil that you cannot stir down. And this is one of the reasons why I don't water bath can. Do you see how much water is in this canner? My goodness. So with that being said, I am now going to wait for this to come up to boil. I have the eye on high, and as soon as it is boiling, I'll bring you guys back. While I'm waiting for this to boil, I wanted to let you know the one thing I did not show you was me debubbling the eggs and wiping the rim with vinegar. I did both of those things. So just remember that you must always debubble and wipe the rim to make sure that you have no cracks and you have none of the product that you put inside of your jar on the rim, because that will prevent your jar from sealing. So now we wait. I'm using the pressure canner as a water bath canner. I have 5 minutes left to go on my 15-minute time clock. As soon as that 5 minutes is done, I will turn off the eye and allow this to cool down before I can take my pickled eggs and pickles out of the canner. The canner has come down off of, well, not really pressure, but it has cooled down enough to where the locking mechanism has dropped, and I can open up the top. Oh, there's so much water in here. Ugh. All right, so I'm gonna move my canning resting pad over so that I can get these jars out. Let me get a pad so I can hold the bottom. I haven't water bath canned in a really long time. Can you guys see that? Oops, sounds like it is popping. I think the last time I water bath canned was 2012 or 13. And I hadn't done it since. That was my first experience with canning. And this is my second water bath can experience. And here are my pickles. Look at that. I hope this turns out good. All right. The rest is just jars of water as well as all this water. I want to say thank you all for joining me in the kitchen today. It has been an experience, I should say the least, with all this water. Let me show you the final product. I just missed it. Right before I turned the camera on, one of the jars just popped. So they have sealed. Looks like both jars have sealed. So they're going to sit here until after I get off work tomorrow. I'll wash them up. I will indicate what's in them, and I will put them in food storage. I really hope I did the eggs correctly. I know I did the pickles correctly. I was actually following the Ball Blue Book. I think it's called the Ball Blue Book Guide for Preserving, page 78. I was following the dill pickle recipe. I use the exact same brine for the eggs, so I'm really hoping that it tastes good. You can use these on pretty much whatever you would use a boiled egg for. You can have them with egg salad. You can put them on a sandwich. You can slice them and put them on a salad. The sky's the limit. You can make deviled eggs with them. I've personally never made them before, but I'm very excited and interested in trying them in the ways that I have mentioned, because I do eat eggs in that way, and I want to give them a different flair, especially since I really enjoy eating pickles. So thank you for joining me in the kitchen. I hope you enjoyed today's very small canning session, but I'm just trying to clear out a few things that I had in the kitchen. So until the next time, I'll see you either in the kitchen or in the garden. Bye for now.